What's up guys, Sarah and Benjamin here for another video. Today I'm here with my wife Bruna, and we are going to be continuing the segment on passing the butterfly guard, open guard, from like a scenario you would encounter in your academy when you're starting your rolls. This is a question I get asked all the time. How do you start your rolls? How do you engage your rolls? What are some passes? So this is a position that I really want to go over. My last video was two of my favorite passes where we control primarily the upper body, so the collar and the sleeve, to pass the guard from this scenario. Today we're going to be looking at a mix of upper body and lower body control, and we're going to be utilizing some principles that I've mentioned in other videos on the X pass. So the X pass is one of my favorite passes, and I'm going to be going over some different variations of that pass against the open guard, butterfly guard position. So if you want to check out some more X pass details, you can check those videos. I'll link them above in the description, but let's just get right into it. So we're going to be discussing a scenario where we're in the academy. One person typically elects to play guard. We start from our knees, and one person elects to pass. In today's case, I'm going to be the one passing the guard. She's going to be the one playing guard. So we're here, we slap bump, and we start to roll. The first and most important thing that you need to address is the grip fighting. So today I want to talk about pre-engagement setups. And what that means is you want to be the first one to engage your partner so that you dictate the pace of the roll. I want to put Bruna in a position that she likely does not want to be in. Whether I successfully pass or not is honestly not the point of this video. The point is to create movement, erratic movement that she has to react to that may open up opportunities for us to capitalize on. Yes, most of the time you will pass with this, especially the first few times you've done them. But after you start to do things like this all the time in your academy, rolling with the same people and teammates, they're going to catch on to what you're doing. But what's important is that you're the one doing it. You're the one dictating the movement and creating the pace of the match. That's so important, guys. I don't want to get sucked into her world. For example, if I'm rolling with Bernardo, I don't want him to pull deep half or half. I have no chance. I don't want him to push me into over-under. I have no chance. So I need to do something to engage quickly. So these are some of my favorite ways to engage, and I often pass the guard quickly. I always joke with people, if I've never rolled with somebody, I can hit these passes like almost 100% of the time. Even if I don't establish them, I'll hit side for a second or knee on belly, and then they'll catch on and be like, oh, that guy likes to do that. So what are we doing? What we're going to be doing is slap bumping, and we're going to be trying to get a lapel, same side, and a knee grip. Now, what's very important here, and one of the reasons that I love this technique, is because it translates seamlessly from gi to no gi. Because oftentimes we waste time creating such a tight grip on my opponent. So oftentimes I don't even grip. What I do is I come here and I step my left leg up. We slap bump or hand fighting. I don't let her grab me, and I step my left leg up. Okay? I have to be quick, and I have to be aware that I may be vulnerable for an ankle pick. Now, I'm going slow for the sake of demonstration, but I would be moving very quick. What I'm going to do is try to replace the lapel grip by pushing the shoulder. They both serve the same purpose. The purpose is to bring her shoulder to the mat and turn her body. My left hand is going to replace the pant grip with the outside knee grip. Again, the purpose of these grips is to do this. Okay? You can do it with somebody who's bigger and stronger as long as you have momentum. The reason that I put my left leg up is to create that momentum and strength. I'm going to push into my opponent as I turn them. And as I turn them, I'm going to kick my right leg back, and I'm going to hit knee on belly. I don't want to go to side control because there's going to be too much space, and it's going to be too much of a scramble to actually solidify. So what it looks like is this. Okay? So I move quick. Now, if you can get the grips, it's going to be better control for solidifying. So if I'm able to get the grips like this, it's going to look like this. The left leg comes out, I push and pull. So I push the lapel, pull the leg, and then I kick this right leg back just to avoid any contact. There's too much space for her to get my leg, and then I bring my knee to the outside of her hip. Okay, and I pull her knee once I establish. I don't push it down. She needs this foot to hip escape. If this foot hits the mat, she's going to start to turn into me. Okay, but back in time, if I have the pant grip and I'm able to cuff it and pull it, she tries to hip escape, we can just follow. It's much more difficult for her to establish. So again, and remember, even if we don't pass, we're creating movement. First variation, I'm here and here, I push, and I come here, right? And then she turns into me, I control the head, and I can turn my hips. Because that time we didn't have the lapel in the knee, so we're gonna have to be prepared to know her next move and counter it. Her next move will probably be to turn into you, at which point you're gonna have to grab her head and do a single hip position when you do a hip switch. Now, if I have the grips, second variation, I'm here and here. Now I pull the grip to me. Okay, I keep tight. And we've done our X pass and we've hit knee on belly. Why don't I go to side control? If I try to go to side control, like this, there's too much space. If she quickly turns into me and draws her knee, I'm gonna lose, right? Even if I have the grips and I try to go to side control. Now turn into me, it's gonna be difficult, right? So just try to go to knee on belly and then go to side control. Again, even if you create movement, oftentimes I just end up in like a corner guard or something like that, excuse me. So that's our first variation. Our second variation is gonna be more reactionary. Maybe they were good at grip fighting, so we're here. I wasn't able to get as good of grips as I wanted, so look what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna come under her ankle and I'm gonna push her head. Some academies think that it's rude. I'm not shoving their face, I'm not pushing their eyes or their nose. I'm just gonna push their head. If I can't push their head, or your academy doesn't like that, I don't know why they wouldn't, personally, but you can grab both ankles or you can push the shoulder. Why am I doing this? As I stand up, guys, simultaneously as I stand up, so again, left leg comes up, I push her head and I stand. She's gonna hit the mat. If she doesn't want to be with her shoulders on the mat, she's gonna sit back up. That's what I'm looking for. If she sits with her shoulders on the mat, it's gonna be a little different. But a lot of people that like to play butterfly and are in this aggressive seated guard position, right, hand fighting, don't wanna be fully on their back. They wanna be upright. So I do this. She comes back up, and I time my pass with the reaction. I do this all the time, guys. So again, we're here. We're hand fighting. Maybe you can't push the head. I push her back. She comes up. And then I come here, right? I want to drop. Try to go knee on belly. Sometimes you get into a position where you have so much momentum, like you just saw. You drop to your knees. If you don't establish the pass, for example, I probably wouldn't have established there, but I would have put her in a scramble position, and then I would have fought to establish. So again, I'm just trying to create movement. We're here. We're like this, right? I push. She comes back up. And then I come here. You want to kick your leg up, even if you think you don't need to, because good guys will shoot and extend that right leg, and they'll catch your foot, or they'll start to play with a pant grip, ankle grip, get some type of grip that you nullify. So just get it out of the way to avoid any situations. So again, our first variation, we're here, right? We're like this. I step up, and I just come here. Notice how much I'm able to turn her body. Second variation, we're here. I get the lapel grip in the knee, I step up, and now we're here. Third variation, we're here, right? We're hand fighting. I push her back, she comes up, and I come here. I'm looking for her to try to sit back up into me. Again, if she doesn't, we might force a knee cut, or we might go into other passing situations. But again, guys, I cannot stress this enough. The basis of these techniques is to give you an engagement point so that you can create the movement. If you pass, amazing. That's good. That's what you want. But if you just force movement, that's better, right? Because then you become accustomed to creating movement from these positions. And that's ultimately what will segregate you. Whether you use these specific movements to create that engagement point or your own, that's the core concept that you need to take from this video. Whether you use the engagement points that I just showed or you do something different, that's what you need to stick with. Maybe you always start your rolls with somebody by burying yourself here. If you do that every day, all the time when you roll, you'll see the reactions, and that will be the position that you force, that you want to be in, not them, right? Maybe you're here like this, you grab the head and you turn, right? Find something where you can engage and be in a position that your opponent doesn't want to be in and that you're in often. And keep doing it, keep doing it, keep doing it. I start almost all my rolls from top with the stuff that I showed you in these last two videos when they're seated. Things change if they're on their back, things change, guard to guard, and obviously there's so many different scenarios in jiu-jitsu, things are always changing. But that's what I try to do. I strive to do that. So guys, if you like this content, as usual, please like, please subscribe, leave a comment. I always try to get back to you guys. Thank you so much for the support. We're almost at 3,000 subscribers. Maybe by the time this was posted, we've passed 3,000. I'm not really sure, but I'm really happy with the channel's growth. Hit that little notification bell to follow along on all these segments. Thanks to my wife, Bruna. Oh, us guys.